Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, PPCC, once again. So I sent my computer in for repairs for a little bit during the week, and that's kind of why I haven't been posting videos. But now that I'm back, let's get back onto track. Now, remember, last time we were fighting some of the troops over here inside Yugoslavia, and we made some gains inside North Africa. The British still control most of the seas, but that should be fine for at least now. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take all of this stuff and pretty much move it to the nationalist Spain border. That's what I remember me going after, because I do remember that Turkey is pretty much aligned with the German forces over here. For some reason they have a military treaty, so we won't actually be fighting them. Now, inside North Africa, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be launching a series of attacks trying to push the enemy back a little more, potentially establishing another line of defense. At the moment, our worries is pretty much coming from the sea, where the British has their aircraft carrier. I'm starting to think that risking the navy, or what we have of this navy, is probably a good idea. Just sending the main force with the battleships in. Where is that force actually? Here it is. Just sending that into battle against their carriers and potentially taking that out. But for the most part, I think I'll first try that. Secondly, I just want to get nationalist Spain and the Suez Canal, so that we establish essentially a logistics barrier for them. So we essentially just strangle their fleet to death. But until then, let's do something else. So now we have conquered some of this Yugoslavian land. It produces some rare materials for us. That is obviously a very good thing. But we do need to defend it now, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just placing down a few units that can hopefully hold their own ground. That there we go. Now I'm just going to form an independent corps on this little piece of land right here, and they're essentially just going to hold and control of the occupied Yugoslavian lands, which is easier said than done, because inside these striped areas you have that revolt risk, so partisans might erupt. And right now it's only a 1.5 chance, but right now we're not gaining anything from them, or anything major in terms of resources, in terms of manpower and rare materials and just resources in general, right? So what I can do is that I can come over here. First and foremost, I'm going to enact some more laws. So service by requirement gives us some more money, total economic mobilization, some more IC, and some more resources. Once again, I'm just trying to alleviate the problem of running out of rare materials, really. Heavy industry, and this is kind of doing the same thing. It makes our IC a little more efficient, and I'm going to put this on full occupation. So that'll bump up the partisan support to 11%, which is quite high. I think the practical amount is like 7.5, somewhere around there. And that's going to essentially give us a little bit more rare materials. The Yugoslavians, they don't have a lot in the beginning, so we can't really do much about that. And I think we're really just all set. I've got to find that fleet first, and then I'll attack it. But for now, the one other thing we have to do is take a look at, oh, where are we sending all of these spies? Okay, so Finland, we're going to abandon efforts in Finland because they're probably going to join the Axis soon. Saudi Arabia seems like a good place to continue, so I think I'm just going to cancel covert operations because we have more than enough points, and we're just going to wait for that. Australia and New Zealand is a side product that I've kind of been working on. Not that important. Greece is taken over. Germany, we only need to keep a few people inside there. United Kingdom is fine. Yugoslavia is no more. So now, instead of trying to coup them, because You can see that we only made like about 5% difference in our party strength, so it's not really worth our time, plus we're kind of out of spies right now. And what I'm going to do is put all of our points into military espionage, which will hopefully reveal a few more units of theirs. For my production, I really don't remember what I was doing, so oh yes, that's right, I was upgrading these units. We have more than enough supply to last us through 1 or 2 years, more or less. So what I'm going to do is just pour points into upgrades and essentially waste quite a bit of IC, just trying to keep that kind of stable. I'm gonna build some more convoys. I can't protect my my shipping routes, so I might as well just send a whole bunch of convoys out, hoping that they survive long enough to kind of make up for losses. I know it's not the greatest plan, but hey, it works. I'm going to build 2 more corps of infantry, so in 15 months we'll have quite a lot of troops, and that'll be ready whenever, really. Let's give our consumer goods a little more stuff. Reinforcements, supply, we don't need to worry about. And we'll just cap it like that. We might be able to provide Germany with IC later on through the lend-lease system. What do we produce here? Oh, we got some rare materials being produced inside France. That's very nice and helpful, but it's still not very much. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do inside the Mediterranean front is that I'm actually going to take 1 corps of infantry, this one. I know they're out of the command structure for now, so I'm actually going to move them down here. And I think I'll try to ship another corps like that. Or actually, I'll wait up on the shipping for now. I'll wait until the one of the cores inside production come out. That way I can kind of secure Sicily a little better. Over here, my goal is really just to take these 2 provinces and establish another border. That way I can free up these tanks, so then we can move against the Marines here and the infantry, the Iraqi infantry here. Yeah, the Germans are going to lose this front, and I'm pretty sure it's because your supply doesn't actually go through your military access countries. For some reason, it's very weird. I played a randomly generated game of Hearts of Iron where I had the same problem, where your troops can get through Turkey, but the German supply lines can't. So it really, there's no point in it, right? I mean, if your supply lines can't get through the country, you're kind of screwed either way. Now inside this area right here, my only real concern is the lack of infrastructure. I'll switch the map mode to that. So we can't really supply ourselves from our ports in like Tobruk and Tripoli because as you can see, all of this is just bad terrain. The only real line of supply we have here is this 1 column coming into the Egyptian city from our ports over here. The problem with this is that there is a American or British carrier fleet somewhere around here that is going to interdict our supply lines, and secondly, they're going to be launching fighter attacks, which may be aimed at our supply lines as well. So there's the possibility of us running out of supply. That's the thing that I'm mainly worried about. It looks like I'm going to have to fight this fleet right here. Oh, no, that's the wrong fleet. That would have gone really badly, actually. I'm going to get our battleship fleet to kind of come over here and pretty much patrol and try to fight the enemy carrier fleet. I believe the carrier fleet only has like 1 carrier, a few screens, certainly not enough to take us on. I'm only afraid of like a major British fleet coming by and attacking us, but that's the only real thing that we need to be worried about. See them over here. I'm going to try to intercept them like that. Hopefully they meet. Yep, there we go. So this isn't the fleet that we were looking for. It's just a bunch of destroyers and a few light ships. So the chances, we have a pretty good chance of winning this. I'm not that familiar with the naval fights inside this game. I just simply never really cared for them, so I'm not too sure about that. I'm gonna move. I'm just going to try to chase them. It looks like they're stuck in this port now. That's pretty good. We can try to interdict their supply lines here, now that we trapped this fleet, but I'm pretty sure I saw a carrier somewhere around here, so I really don't know if we should try to do that. Nope, they tried to come out, so they lost a few ships. Ships take a long time to repair. That's one thing that I know for sure about naval battles, so we might be worried about that. I'll try to block their supply from coming into this tile right here, um, just to kind of help the Germans out, but then again, they're probably also out of supply. Okay, you should be supporting them in an attack. It looks like the British lost another ship. I didn't catch which one it was, but the point being is that they lost a ship, right? Okay, so it looks like things are going fairly smoothly. We're losing quite a lot of ice, quite a lot of rare materials though. So there's still that side of things that we're kind of worried about. If we take nationalist Spain, I want to see what we get. So we get some tungsten. That's a strategic resource. So I'm not really sure what that one actually helps. Oh. Hard attack plus 15%. That'll be useful. It looks like nationalist Spain has quite a few rare resource points. I'm pretty sure they don't have a lot of IC, so they probably have a good stockpile inside their capital. And what we can kind of do is that if we really wanted to, we could just start conquering random places solely for their stockpiles of goods, because all of these materials up here are transferred upon the capital loss, I believe. Okay, now on this front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be shifting tanks into this square, moving infantry into the city, and this is because tanks have an innate negative modifier when fighting on anything that isn't pretty much flat land, so that'll just kind of help out on that side of things. I'm going to get the tanks to sweep down, and you can see that the British planes are coming down onto our ships. Oh, there is the carrier force, and it looks like it's coming at our battleship fleet. Nope. Those are carriers. Those are the planes from the carriers. So, where now? Oh, where now? They are inside the port, so I'm going to try to intercept them. 2 carriers. We're going to be taking fire from the keg. However, their organization is at 0, but it looks like we're going to be losing 2 ships. I'm going to slow down the time. If we can take down the carriers, or at least some part of this force, if we can take down one of these, then I'll be pretty happy. Okay, so that looks like one ship is gone. We've taken some damage. Are they going back into their ports? But the thing is that they have their bombers up above. I'm not going to lose their ships just to their bombers. It looks like I'm going to have to pull back. Maybe another day. Excuse me. Alright, on this front, let's get our infantry divisions pretty much set up to attack this country right here, nationalist Spain. Now this country is fairly rocky. It's mainly just mountain terrain. So I hope I have that mountain division over there. The mountain corps. I'll bring the alpine corps as well. And I believe their army is pretty much nothing compared to ours. So I think it'll be a pretty easy fight. I'll bring some more infantry down here, but that might actually be a little counterproductive, simply because the enemy might be a little too powerful in the air, and they'll be able to pretty much increase our supply consumption by cutting us off from this port, which will make it really difficult to just resupply all of those troops. Am I running out of supply here? Looks like we are getting supply, so we're drawing supplies from Berlin. So that's good. I was kind of fearing that something would have happened like up here, where we're allied, but we run out of supply anyways. For some reason, it just doesn't work. Okay, so now Finland is inside the faction. What are we fighting over here? With Finland being inside the faction, they're probably going to attack the Soviet Union sometime soon. What I can do is that I can kind of start a proxy war onto Romania by using the declare war function here. I'll just do conquer, and then pretty much everyone else joins in with us. But I think it'd be better if we just let them get influenced by us, since since Germany is trying to influence them, and they are almost here. Or no, they're drifting towards the Comturn. So what I think I'll do is that I'll just wait for a little bit of time and see where that really goes. Where are the mountain troops? I remember having a corps of mountain troops somewhere around here. Yeah, there they are. They're part of 11th Corps, that's why. Okay, well they're getting strategically redeployed somewhere around here. I'll let that run for a little bit, and just kind of fast forward in time. We don't really need to build anything at the moment, but I will commence the building of 3 more corps. I have a feeling we're gonna need a lot more infantry on the front sometime soon. So for the most part, I think I'm just going to hold up operations inside North Africa, at least until we get nationalist Spain under control. Our fleet will be healing up. I guess I could build a few more ships in the meantime as well. Over here, let's spread our units out by a little bit. I know the Mountain Corps is going to arrive right there, so let's get some infantry to kind of move like that. I'll get them down there. These are elite troops, so they should be able to hold their own for a little bit. When the Alpine troops come over here, where the mountain troops come over here. So I think that should be fine. As long as the British air power isn't that bad, it looks like we're at full supply for now. So we're getting full supply either way. That's pretty good. They were beaten back from Turkey. What else? That's pretty much it actually. I'm just waiting until our troops on the nationalist Spain border get ready. It looks like they're all in position. So let's commence an attack onto nationalist Spain. So we're gonna declare limited war, use the conquer goal, or maybe puppet. We can conquer the country, but then we'd have to manage it, where we can puppet the country, which will allow us to kind of remotely control it, and what that'll do is essentially their forces will support us later on, and we get some of their resources. And I think I'm going to go with the puppet goal for now, simply because the British can invade us all along this coast and all along the coasts really, and I'd rather not micromanage another front. So let's get on started with this war. I want our troops to pretty much make a lot of big gaps inside this area. What I'm going to try to do right here is just push to the VP points and just kind of hold those for now. So let's go like this, and this troop will just kind of sweep down like that. Looks like Germany decided to join in on this war, or maybe I pressed the other goal. But it really should be fine. I mean, after all, we're going to puppet them anyways. In terms of rare materials, maybe we can get a treaty with the Axis forces for... no, never mind, they're also running out of rare materials themselves. In hindsight, the AI probably would have done that for us. North Africa is fine. This is all turning into German land. I guess that's because we're attacking from their country after all. Still, it shouldn't be a big thing. Like at the very least, at least we're getting experience from this, so there's no real reason to just kind of mop up here. And it looks like things are going pretty good. The German army hasn't even arrived on the front lines, and we've taken more than enough territory to call this a success. Let's continue our movements into the country. Let's go like that, and that. And just keep pressing for those urban areas. Alright, so that side of things is pretty much settled. Our ships are repaired. It looks like the British are coming over here. Let's go and intercept them. Slow down time for the battle and see what happens really. I hope to take out the two carriers once again. Those are the only things that I really want, but I think we had to destroy everything else first because they are positioned like inside the middle of the fleet. Something like that. Yeah, we're taking a lot of fire from this fleet. We're gonna have to retreat our ships from combat. The button at the top of the screen just doesn't seem to be responding. That's rather odd. I guess our ships automatically retreat or something. No? Oh, I see. The nationalist Spain ships also joined in, so that's why. Nah, I didn't think they had a very big navy, but it looks like since we specialized on land forces, they were able to do that. Oh well, it's not really a big thing inside my plans. It would have been nice to have eliminated them with the ships. That would have completely changed the situation inside North Africa, but oh well, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I actually didn't really expect them to succeed anyways. And I think I'll let Central Command essentially fight this war by itself. So I'm going to mark off some goals for the AI. to pretty much conquer the place like that, and it should do everything by itself. Now what should we do? We could go after Switzerland, just for the fun of it, I guess. Things are pretty calm, and it looks like, ooh, what is this? First and foremost, we gained the Veteran Army Strategic Effect. That'll give some more leadership, some more organization, regain rate, and organization overall, so that's really helpful. And it looks like the Germans are trying to fight for Ethiopia. They made some grounds there, and they're fighting the British forces down there. That's always helpful. I'm still pretty surprised we maintain control of this area. Overall, anything really south of North Africa, I pretty much don't care about, simply because the infrastructure is terrible there and we don't really gain that much for controlling it. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Like, even if say Libya mobilizes, they're gonna be able to field like 2 militia units, so it doesn't really make that big of a difference. We're gonna win in nationalist Spain, and we can potentially fight Portugal, which will expand our influence even more. Okay, and we can do some more research. Infantry weapons all the way, so I'm going to queue that up. That's going to be very helpful later on. I'm pretty sure the Operation Barbarossa started inside 1941. Okay, now nationalist Spain is a puppet country. Is a puppet of Italy. That is always good. So they are under our control. You can see that our resource counts jumped up. We used to have, I believe, 3,000 something rare materials. Now it's quite larger. We gained control of their military, so to speak. So now we have their fleets. Doesn't look like they have much of a fleet either. It looks like it's just 1 ship or 2 ships. Yeah, it doesn't look like they had much. So I guess we really just lost to the British fleet, maybe. So that's still pretty good. I mean, we were able to get them under control. Our troops here, I'm going to pull the entire squad of troops here back, so I'm going to turn off the army control and get all of them to pretty much just move back onto Italian soil. Just put them inside the city, so strategic redeployment right there. That's going to move them out of that area. The next step would be Portugal, I guess. We're going to declare war on them as a faction. For some reason I can't actually click the button. That's rather strange. I can't click on any of these. Oh, that's right. That is right. This is on AI control for some reason. I think I accidentally hit it. Portugal is an Axis member, or a Allies member. I'm going to let the German army that's still inside the area kind of deal with that, and the Republican army over here. One thing that we might want to do is install a garrison inside this one province, and that'll control the Straits of the Gibraltar Strait, I believe. That's going to be very handy inside our war, because it limits how the armies of the United Kingdom, and when the USA joins the war, it limits how they're going to react to the situation. So I think I'm going to post 1 unit right there. So I'll go to Second Army, or not Second Army. I'm going to get 11th Corps and post 1 mountain troop right there, and it's just going to sit there. just to kind of occupy that tile. Looks like we have a lot more resources now. We're actually gaining quite a lot, so we can spend some on making more troops. I'm gonna be building a bigger navy. I think that's the path that we want to go to. So let's do that. Free up some more space. And build some big battleships, and then some screens for those battleships. Over here, I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to hold the line if their air power continues to attack us like that. I think I'll move one tank division here, because we don't need very many troops over here. And that should be good. Portugal is now conquered, but since they joined the Axis just when we finished off nationalist Spain, that might be a problem. Romania is aligning to the Axis, they're doing stuff, yada yada yada. It'd simply be easier just to kind of do that and just puppet them. And then we should have control of all of this land over here. Once again, I'm just going to let the AI kind of handle that war. I'm just going to be the manipulator of all of this and just let the AI do its job, really. Alright, so now our resources problems are solved. I'm going to just kind of let you guys watch the conquering of Romania, but I'm going to end the part right here. I'm rather excited to test my new graphics card. I bought a GeForce 660 Ti, so that's gonna come in handy with video encoding. I used to have a production license requirement, sure. I used to have a EVGA 460, so that's a pretty much a double increase in the amount of processors on the chip itself. And what that'll allow me to do is that it'll allow me to just render these videos faster, and it allows me to play games in higher quality, but you won't exactly see that in this. There we go. Now we've puppeted Romania. Next episode, I think we'll be moving into the Soviet Union and conquering it. So, until then, bye-bye.